Greetings, salutations, and epic masturbations. Ho, Tips Fedora. Welcome to Soy Trek, the one and only Star Trek podcast that's not actually about Star Trek. It's about being a communist, a filthy fucking communist. Strung out, drug-using, sex-addicted, slutty, filthy, disgusting, but actually good-smelling and well-kept communist.
Oh, I guess I'm not the good-smelling.
All you have to do is try, Pat. All you have to do is try.
Tried. I've tried salves. I've tried soaks.
You don't smell bad. I've never we used to podcast, and I used to sit next to you for that. I mean, we still do podcasts, but I don't sit next to you anymore unless you consider next to 1,800 miles of distance. You never had an odor that offended me.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. And usually I would go right after welding for 10 hours, so that's good.
That's actually kind of. Oftentimes you would change clothes though. Like, gotta get out of these sweaty welding clothes. Can I use your bathroom? And I'm like, of course. I don't I'd rather you use the bathroom than any other room in my house.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, those jeans would be. It's even worse now that I'm welding dumpsters.
I bet. I bet. Yeah. Well, I mean, because they're dumpsters that are used, right? You're just repairing dumpsters a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Not welding brand new dumpsters. So it's
repair.
So you got to get up in the dumpster oftentimes. Yeah.
Sometimes I try to avoid it though.
Yeah. That's so gross.
Yeah. I just flip them upside down with a forklift and cut the bottom off But there was gross. There was one I took the bottom off, and when I was cutting the bottom off, it was the whole thing. Dumpster was filled with grease. So when I'm using the plasma torch to cut off the bottom, all the grease was just dripping down and frothing out. And
it'd be cooler if it was full of just copies of Grease on DVD. This movie sucks. Fucking throw them in the dumpster.
Yeah.
It is a song about sexual assault. So yeah, fuck it. Throw it in the dumpster.
I wish I found cool stuff that's we typically don't get them when they have stuff in them. But there has been lots of crutches. I've found lots of crutches.
I found lots of crutches in the dumpster. There's got to be a story behind that, baby.
Yeah, my boss.
I hope it was just the meanest prank of all time at the hospital. One guy just he just tossed all the crutches.
Be needing these.
Yeah.
Your insurance was denied.
They're just sorry. They're wait, I can't use the crutches. They're no, sorry, we got to throw them away. They just toss them in the dumpster right in front of them. That's American healthcare, baby. Go fuck yourself.
Ooh, it's gonna get even worse.
No, it is.
Get your vaccinations while you can, people.
They're about to become illegal thanks to the newly appointed health secretary. Health and Human Services.
Did you hear there was another plane crash today?
Oh, was there again? Cool.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I want to fly.
No, I am not getting into a plane, and for the foreseeable future. So if anybody wants me to travel anywhere, it's got to be in driving distance.
I feel like just in general, like cutting the budget and like cutting the manpower of the FAA is not. I mean, it's not wise, and I'm not saying that just because my dad has worked for the FAA for like 30 years, but he's retiring this year. Actually, like he's retiring next month.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
Yeah, right.
Getting out just in time.
He's like been waiting because like he's wanted to smoke weed for years and years and years, and now he's finally like the moment he gets out, he's like I've got like a case full of drugs just ready for him, and some that he's like bought from me over the years that he's just been like hoarding. He's got like probably like 8-year-old acid that I gave him. Like,
that's just like the guys I worked with at the steel mill. They there were these two guys that were retiring, and all they did was like they weren't able to smoke weed their entire lives because they basically worked for the steel mill their entire lives, and all they did was like look up. I guess like they have like some weed tourism stuff for seniors and stuff, and so cool, like they were like looking at some like cruises or something.
Oh, a weed cruise for old people? Oh my God. Yeah. I would love to hang out. Dream blunt rotation. Just old people fucking trailing off, telling you stories, getting way too fucking blazed out of their minds.
Getting high for the first time of their lives.
Fucking smoking be like, hey, old man, you look like you like cigars. You ever smoked a weed cigar? And then just like get him fucking lit out of his mind to where he's just like babbling. I met Frank Sinatra one time. Let me tell you about old Blue Eyes. He was the fucking poon hound, that man. I saw him with one lady at the beginning of the night, and he left with 4. Woo!
Ooh yeah!
Oh yeah! Yeah.
Let me see if those are still around. Weed cruise lines.
Weed cruise for the old people. Nursing home with weed. Floating nursing home.
Weed-friendly cruises, fact or fiction?
What do we got?
It's a resounding no, but, no regulation. Yeah, they were looking at some shit. I don't even know.
When you're maybe on the high seas, there are no laws, baby. Actually,
ain't no laws when you're drinking claws.
You are, like, you have to be ported in a country, and unfortunately, there's no countries, I don't think, where weed is entirely legal that you can port a ship. So, I'm not sure if that's a thing, unfortunately. Because there's states, of course, where it's legal, but federally it's still illegal. So if you're ported in America,
some shit.
Not happening. Yeah, that is some shit, brother.
One day,
one gay.
Let us have our laws.
Yeah, well, they'll let us have weed one day, but I mean, they might, by the time we're seniors, they might have senior friendly weed cruises, but not today, brother. Not fucking today. Anyway, so, did you know that we have a Patreon?
I did, actually.
We have a Patreon over at patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. That stands for Dumb Idiot Bullshit, but also Dumb Idiot Britain Straw, because these are all my projects and projects associated with me and people that I like, including Pat. Pat's on several of the projects because I like Pat. Aww. Pat's a dependable, good old boy. He's a good old boy. But we got 2 podcasts, me and Pat. We got this one, of course, Soy Trek, and we also have Media Dungeon. We found ourselves just reviewing too many random films on Soy Trek, and I'm like, maybe we should just make that a podcast instead. And so now we do that on a different podcast. It's been going a little over a year now. Yeah. So, and this week we're watching Nickel Boys, which has been nominated for Best Picture. So we'll see how that works out. So we also have, so Soy Trek, The Media Dungeon, and Prison Breakdown, a carceral research podcast I do with a couple professors. It's pretty fun, actually. It's a lot less dry than that sounds. We make a lot of jokes, have a lot of fun talking about prisons and what's wrong with them and maybe what's right with them. Like we just did a 2-part series on cat programs, which I think are pretty fun. Yeah, that's programs where like cats, you got cats, you give them to prisoners.
Cats rule.
Yeah, they do.
They have cat seniors too.
Mm-hmm. We also have a defunct podcast, My Wife, Dumb Idiot Bullshit, and Getting Head of Bucket Cast on there. Altogether, we have well over 500 episodes of various podcasts, all kinds of content for you to listen to, going all the way back to 2000? 20?
Wow.
2006. Because we have some episodes of the DTRM podcast on there that I did when I was like 18 years old. So, we've got a bunch of content on there. Anyway, for as little as $2 a month, you can help support us and keep us editorially independent and ad-free. All of our podcasts are ad-free. I think that's pretty cool. And then for as little as $5 a month, we give you a shout out and say thank you to people just like, what am I going to do here? Here we go. People just like Vinny, Gursky, you're next. Jormore, Kyle Simmons, motherfucker. Star Trek enjoyer. D fucking Riker. Papa Poison. Awful Star Trek drawings. Jose Martinez. Gabe Siciliano. Robert Yolito, Asher Pliskin, Ethan Adams, former Twink, Nick Savard, Shane fucking Sawyer, Anthony Cabrera, Bill McCavity, Danny, Dylan Lance, Jordan Hale, Elizabeth Hearn, Luna Dahlia, Professor David Craning Sites, you're next, Dandy Leone, Beeflig, I'm coming for you, Teddy, it's on. Jordy, look at, fucking check out my boomstick. Shrimp God, Shane Williams, Sam Mayo, Locke Vinyl, Skeptic, Gillian McCrary, you're gonna go. SFC Punk,
you're done.
You, 7 of 9, let's do it. Nathan G, it's on. Iggy, Abigail Simpson, and our good friends over at the Hate Speech Podcast.
Got him.
That's it. We did it. So we thank all of our supporters, especially those people because they give us more money than the $2 tier people. Also for as little as $2 a month, you can suggest us episodes to watch for either Star Trek or the Media Dungeon every week. You can suggest us movies to watch, and we will put it up to a vote, and people get to vote on what we watch. So if you want to hear your favorite episode of Star Trek talked about, sign up. If you want to hear your favorite movie talked about, sign up. Because we'll be doing that. We have opinions.
We'll do it. We're very suggestible.
We are very suggestible. We really just like money, and we want to incentivize people to give us their money. So for $10 a month in our most
tell me what you want me to fuck.
For $10 a month, and by far our most popular tier, we probably only have like 5 spots left. I'm not sure. I try to keep it down, and I might actually be cutting it down to like just as many people as we have because I'm going to be moving and my internet's not going to be quite as good. It's going to have better download speed, but not as good upload speed, which really matters. So we'll see. But anyway, it'll be fine for podcasting, which is all I really care about.
Exactly.
But I do care about my server too. I do really care about my server. Love streaming stuff to people, letting them watch whatever they want off of my computer, my server. That's fun. So my media server has over 21,000 films, over 1,600 shows, all types of stuff for you to watch, all types of rare media that you'll not find anywhere else. Even Tubi, even the weird places, even Amazon. So yeah, go check that out. That's just $10 a month. And for $20 a month, you get access to merch. I have sweatpants. Actually, I think later today I'm going to be making up some Slut Trek sweatpants, sending some out to our merch tier people. Yeah, I think that'll be fun. I think everyone likes those quite a bit.
It's true.
Quite a bit. So that's our Patreon at patreon.com/dumbidiotbullshit. Please go check it out, and we appreciate the support of every single one of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We love you.
We do love you. So, you know what we don't love, though? The IRS taxing our earnings on Patreon.
No, fuck them.
No, we don't appreciate that, and it just happened, and I'm not thrilled about it. But
like, really, we shouldn't even be paying taxes anymore.
No, we really shouldn't. It should, I don't know. We're poor enough to where we shouldn't be paying taxes. Like, let things who actually make real money and aren't struggling to survive, let them pay taxes, right?
Think Elon Musk is paying any taxes?
No, baby. Nuh-uh.
He's basically getting free money from the government. Mm-hmm. He's doing the Matthew Lesko thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Matthew Lesko's way cooler. He's got way more style. Elon Musk.
Oh, I know, but he's doing dark Matthew Lesko, where he's just like, get free money from the government by defunding like vital services. Mm-hmm. Right. Stealing your Social Security.
Yeah, fuck him. What a little bitch boy, right? What a little bitch boy.
What a little bitch boy.
Thank you, Opinion Robot. We appreciate that.
We love you. You love your Opinion Robot.
Yeah. So, what's been going on? How was your Valentine's Day?
It was good.
What'd you do? What'd you do for Valentine's?
Had reservations to a fancy vegan restaurant.
Oh yeah, what vegan restaurant? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. There's that good one in downtown Portland. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
That place.
Providence.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, Providence. Sorry. It's yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, and watched some Gate.
Watch some Stargate. Stargate. Right. Gate. Hate. Masturbate.
Gate and bait.
Yeah, that's what you did.
Yeah. How about you have another orgy?
No, not on Valentine's Day. That's not really the proper holiday. Well, maybe in the future. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll plan a Valentine's Day orgy for like the Lonely Hearts Club souls, like the people who don't exactly have a Valentine's. Because I have that, like, I had a problem this year where I was like, I have to choose my Valentine's, like the person I spend Valentine's Day or thereabout with. And like, so on Valentine's Day proper, I just like worked late, so I didn't do anything. But on Saturday, I had plans, reservations with my partner Zoe. And so we went and had some really great Italian food. In an Ethan Stowell restaurant called Rione 13. Yeah, really, really fucking good though.
Rione 13.
Rione 13. If listeners aren't familiar with Ethan Stowell, he's like a restaurateur here in Seattle who has had like maybe like 10 different restaurants, and a lot of them have been like super successful. Some of them have been like here and there, but like he's a big restaurateur who has like pretty good quality standards. Like all of his restaurants that I've been to are really good. He had that one up in Queen Anne for a while. It was called like How to Prepare a Wolf, which was really good. I don't know if it's still there. It was really good.
It's an interesting name.
Yeah, it is. It is a very interesting name. So, we're here to talk about some Star Trek today, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Let's get into some Star Trek.
Let's make it roll.
So, our beloved patrons decided this week, and they did a thing that I really hate. So, voting only lasts for 24 hours, right? Mm-hmm. Because we can't, we have to have some time to watch the episode. So voting ended at 24 hours, and people had chose Star Trek Enterprise, the Andorian incident, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then afterwards, several more people voted, and it was like pretty close between that one and Deep Space Nine's The Nagus, right?
Oh, wow.
And so Deep Space Nine's The Nagus ended up ahead for a while after 24 hours. And it just ended up like today that someone made a vote for Enterprise's the Andorian incident that tied it. So it's still valid, but people, it ends after 24 hours. Don't put in more votes to fucking turn the tide to something we're not going to watch. Maybe we'll watch the Nagus next week. It seems like people want us to watch that, but yeah, because we do want to talk about Wallace Shawn and how fucking based that motherfucker is.
Yeah, I guess there is it was like almost like dueling faves where it's just like everyone loves Shran, everyone loves the Nagus, Grand Nagus Sec, and so it's like that's really what they were voting for in between those two. Yeah. It's just like, who do we want, Shran or Grand Nagus Sec? And looks like Shran won.
Well, did they even call him Shran in this episode?
Huh.
I mean, like, it was definitely like Shran, or like, yeah, I don't know if he was ever called Shran though. Like, I don't know if they said his name.
Yeah, I don't think they ever called him by his name.
Yeah, which is interesting. So, but I mean, he becomes like a very important character in the rest of the series.
Yeah, he becomes.
But this is his
Archer's butt buddy.
Yeah, his foil really. This is like I think our introduction to Shran though. So.
Yeah. Oh wow, and it aired on Halloween.
Oh, it did air on wait. Yeah, it did. That's pretty cool.
Spooky, scary Halloween.
Yeah. They did the match. They did the Archer mash. So, yeah. So the people voted that we should watch the Andorian incident. So today we're watching Enterprise, Season 1, Episode 7, The Andorian Incident. This one first aired on October 31st, 2001. So less than 2 months after September 11th.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what's crazy is we watched the Stargate episode, SG-1 episode that aired like pretty much like that was filmed like right after 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
And there was and you could tell like a lot of the people were just crying. Like the guy who plays Daniel Jackson, it just like looked like he was crying the entire time.
Amazing.
Just, yeah, like then looked it up and like apparently everyone was like all like distraught.
Yeah. Too bad they didn't have a turtle scene during that. Turtle. If anyone doesn't know the lore behind that, just look up Master of Disguise turtle scene 9/11. It's a wild story.
Yeah, if there's any photos that exist of Pistachio Disguisey,
yeah,
Dana Carvey wearing his turtle costume while learning about 9/11, please give it to us. We'll pay any price.
We really will. Any price. Like, I
get that tattooed on me.
Oh yeah, get that tattooed on my dick, baby. Let them know what's coming. Let them know what's coming. Pistachio Disguisey. I'm gonna be turtle up in your pussy. You know what I'm saying?
Turtle. Am I that turtly enough?
Oh yeah. That's speaking of which, that movie has a Star Trek crossover because the villain in it is played by Brent Spiner.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We should do the Master of Disguise for the movie podcast.
Should we? I mean, it's barely like an episode of TV. It's like 60 minutes long, and then it's got like 10 minutes of bloops. It's a real
what the Master of Disguise?
Yeah, it's like the shortest film you'd ever watch. It's wild. I don't know how they like charged people to watch that shit in the theater.
Hey, 9/11 happened. Like, you can't expect them to finish the film.
I really can actually. So anyway, this is the 6th episode of Enterprise that was produced and released, even though it's episode 7, because the first one's a two-parter. It is the 634th episode released overall in Star Trek. This one has a teleplay. Well, first off, it has a story by Rick Berman and Brandon Braga, who are the creators of the series. And, you know, Rick Berman, famous for working on all of Star Trek in the 90s, basically. Brandon Braga, famous for, helming Voyager in its later seasons, I believe. And then Fred Decker also came up with the story and wrote the teleplay for it. And Fred Decker wrote 3 episodes of Enterprise, including Sleeping Dogs and Vox Sola, and was mostly a consulting producer on Enterprise for the first season, the entire first season, but was produced early for the second season and never really came back. He went on to write before this, he wrote and directed Night of the Creeps, The Monster Squad, and RoboCop 3. So,
hells yeah.
Yeah, he had bona fides before this.
Wolfman's got nards. He wrote that line.
He probably did. That's a great line to fucking write, man. Honestly, that's an epic ass line. Yeah. So first off, what'd you think of this episode?
I like this episode.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. I like it. It's our introduction to Shran. You see in the opening credits, you're like, whoa. You gotta pause. I recognize that motherfucking name. We got Jeffrey Combs up in this bitch. Yeah.
I think it's a good, and I do love the implications of it. Just like, you know, just the complicated political nature of just existing in space. You know, just like, you know, secrecy and doing all this other stuff, and sometimes it's. And I liked it a lot.
Space espionage.
Espionage.
Yeah, I like this episode quite a bit too. This is a good example of like how Enterprise started out really good and kind of devolved into this weird post 9/11 thing with the Mako agents and shit, and like it gets a lot more paranoid as it goes along.
It does.
And this is like, you could see this episode as paranoid, but it's not like an episode of 24 like it gets to later, basically. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, you would expect like they would just like shoot the Andorians, just be like, just kill them straight up. It's like, I don't think so. You're messing with America's allies, bud. When you mess with our allies, you mess with us.
Yeah. So, you want to jump into this episode?
Let's do it.
All right. So we open up on a bunch of hooded Vulcan monks in a monastery, and then some motherfuckers break in. And guess who it is? It's 4 Andorians with guns. So we get the credits pretty early in. In the ready room, Trip Tucker is telling Captain Archer that using the Vulcan star charts takes all the fun out of being explorers. Archer replies that humans have never been to these places and mentions that the protostar encountered a week before was nowhere to be seen on the star charts. Tucker jokes that if the charts are inaccurate, good luck getting the Vulcans to admit it. So we got some early racism in this episode.
There's some a lot of racism that comes out in this episode.
There really is, towards like
lots of stuff about ears and antennas
and smells too. Like,
and smells.
Like
everyone gets it.
Vulcans be like, I know it smell crazy in there whenever they see a human. Like,
everyone's a little bit racist sometimes. Yeah, everyone's racist against each other in this. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, so
it's a view of the future.
So T'Pol enters, and they found a remote outpost on a planet a few light years after their current heading. T'Pol replies that she is aware of the outpost, which she calls P'Jem. She describes it as an ancient Vulcan spiritual retreat, where they just hang out and do Kolinar in peaceful meditation. And Kolinar is like a thing that lasts for like an entire moon cycle. it's like I don't know.
We milk each other's prostates.
Yeah, definitely. It's like they say like it's like a vestigial like releasing of emotions or something like that. But I'm like, nah, they be doing ketamine and milking each other's prostates. Like
they have like a portrait of that one guy with the beard who's like always on Instagram. He's just had a jerk sesh with my bros. We're really milking it.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like
no,
the holistic.
That guy. Yeah. It was like that guy's cool.
He is cool.
He's
like
like
his name. I need to follow him.
Yeah, he's the best way to be gay without admitting it. Which is just make it your religion. Just be like, yeah, I suck guys off. It's part of like my thing. I gotta get their chi. All right, I gotta reach the root chakra. Just as bros though. Just as bros. It's not gay.
Yeah, his videos are like just milked my bro's prostate for hours. It was fantastic. We had some really good juices flowing, and it's just like, dude, just have sex. Like, right. Make these videos.
I love milking prostate, but I do it in like a sexual way. I milked on Valentine's Day. That's what I did after dinner. Was I milked some motherfucking prostate. I milked that thing like it was a mama cow. Like it was. He was ready.
Come on, Bessie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
just had a milk mustache.
So Archer decides to visit the monastery and has Mayweather change course. T'Pol notes that she will find the proper protocols for the visit and leaves. She doesn't seem happy about this, but Vulcans don't show emotion, which is like totally like Vulcans are so emotive in this episode. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
So later we have T'Pol sharing a meal with Dr. Phlox, and this is like Phlox's only scene in the whole episode, and he kills it.
He rocks so much.
Oh, he rocks. I love him so much. He's great in this. So he observes she seems hesitant about being seen with a human crew, especially in front of Vulcans. She remarks that it would create a certain awkwardness. And Phlox states that he sometimes feels out of place aboard the ship and reminds her of the Vulcan motto IDIC, infinite diversity and infinite combinations. Phlox states that the human mission is to seek diversity, so a human and Vulcan cultural exchange is simply fulfilling the mission. And she's like, oh, you know what? All right.
She doesn't seem pleased that she was just out-logicked by a Denobulan. But
yeah, and he's like, by the way, you should fuck my wife. And she's like, there we go. There we go. All right, I'm all better.
And I get to watch.
Yes. I have a portable cuck chair. I just keep this camping chair with me wherever I go, you see.
His extra long tongue just goes and like tickles the tip of his dick.
Yes. So in the launch bay, Tucker asks if the monks don't even know that they are coming. T'Pol states simply that it was not possible to hail the monastery as the monks considered technology a distraction from their pure spiritual pursuits. So they're like Amish, basically. Mm-hmm. T'Pol explains that they should not speak to anyone unless spoken to first. Talk to anyone who appears to be meditating or touch any replica or ornamentation, and then gives them a rundown on how to accept this fucking stone that they have. The three then enter the shuttle pod. On the planet, the trio notes that the door to the monastery looks bashed in, so something's a little fishy here already. T'Pol rings, no one answers. They enter anyway, and are told by a singular monk there that they have arrived just in time for the Kolinar, and that the order must remain silent for their reflection and for the rest of the lunar cycle. So they're kind of fucked. They don't get to see nobody except for this guy who's keeping the monastery, I guess. Mm-hmm. Which I don't know why he doesn't get to join in with the Kolinar. Is he not good enough? What's up with that?
He's the milker of the prostates, and he's
yes.
Yeah, and everyone else is just in their recharging. They're drinking some orange juice,
right. He's like,
Getting that blood back up.
Welcome. I am the great spiritual top. What can I do for you?
The others are rejuvenating themselves with some orange juice and mangoes.
Mm-hmm. All of my bottom monks. So they're pretty disappointed, and the guy goes to leave to get the Stone of Jakar to offer them because T'Pol asks for it. However, while he's gone, T'Pol notes that there are too few monks here, and that there is a statue that appears to be knocked over, so things are out of place. And he's like, "What the motherfucker is going on here?" So Archer and Tucker pretend to wander around aimlessly, looking around the place. When Tucker remarks on a broken vase, the monk states that the Kolinar encourages the members of the order to face their emotions, and the repercussions can sometimes turn violent. The away party are not convinced and continue to wander until Archer spots the reflection of an Andorian hiding behind a wooden frame. He sees it in a vase. And so he's like, hey, Tucker. And brings Tucker over, and they knock over this partition and knock over the alien, and are about to get his gun, but the rest of the Andorians show up and hold him at gunpoint.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty fun so far.
Pretty fun.
I got a little caper here. So the three are led back to the rest of the monks who are being held in a room. The Andorians are from the Imperial Guard of Andoria. We've got 4 of them, of course, as before. And the main one being Shran, who we know as Jeffrey motherfucking Combs on this show. Mm-hmm. I don't know, does he really play any other characters besides Shran on Enterprise? I don't think so. I don't think he really does a DS9 where he's playing 5 different fucking characters on the show.
Yeah.
He's definitely Shran though, and Shran is important on the show. Shran shows up quite a bit. He's probably on I don't know, at least half a dozen to a dozen episodes.
Yeah, the bromance between him and Archer, it's like a on again, off again.
Right. It's like they say, if a rivalry lasts more than 4 years, it's not a rivalry; it's a romance.
Yeah,
that's definitely the case.
Oh, and unfortunately, there's only 3 seasons of Enterprise.
I know, but we can imagine that they kept on. They kept on keeping on.
Well, I mean, it does.
Neither of them died.
The last episode does flash forward in the future, and
Shran didn't die.
And Shran's there.
Oh, Shran's there. Okay, yeah. I mean, the last episode doesn't. I mean, the last episode takes place in a fucking holodeck.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So.
Damn.
Yeah.
But it is 6 years after the events of the series, that the holodeck is playing.
Yeah. So they're there in holding with a bunch of fucking monks, and they start talking to the monks, and the elder monk explains the Andorians are known for their suspicious and volatile nature, and they think that the place is a spy base used for espionage against other planets, and there's sensor arrays there and stuff. They can't prove it, but they think it's true. And the monks are insistent that they don't even have technology there, except in this hidden chamber. They have a way to reach out, an ancient radio thing and stuff, and they have power and stuff, but it's only used for emergencies, I guess.
Yeah.
So back on Enterprise, Lieutenant Reed points out that there's an alien vessel on the sensors. He is distressed that they have scanned for alien ships before sending down a landing party, and they have not heard from Archer in some time. Hiroshi and Mayweather feel that he's overreacting, and the captain is probably on a tour or observing some meditation ritual. But they wrong. Reed's right. Reed's always right. Gotta trust Reed. Always trust the British man on the ship. Right?
The short king.
Right? Hell yeah. Always gotta go for the British man. So, even if he's French, like Picard. So, Archer is brought out for interrogation by the Andorians, and Shran wants to know where the sensor array is. He disbelieves Archer's protestations of ignorance and beats him. He is no more satisfied with Archer's explanation for the use of the Vulcan science officer aboard the human vessel and beats him some more. So it's just a beaten Archer fest here. They can't get any information out of him, so they're like, fuck it, you go back to the room. So they also say, if you attempt to like overtake us, we're going to kill all the hostages. We'll just kill everyone. That's cool. We don't give a fuck. So they're in a tight situation here. So Archer is returned to confinement, and Tucker is appalled by the signs of his torture. Even the Vulcans now relent and say there's a transmitter which the humans may use. Turns out in the monastery's catacombs among the ancient relics. So they finally show him the thing, and they're allowed to contact the ship. So they contact the ship and tell him what's going on. And then we have a scene where they talk about doing a transporter landing, or because they have a transporter on the ship, but they wonder if that's really the best course of action because it can fucking mix up your molecules, man. This is early transporter technology. Not a great way to go.
It'd be so terrifying.
I
don't think I would. You try a transporter if it was released?
Not for, I'd say, 10 years until after the technology had been like working well.
Yeah.
I want to go into the future pretty bad, but I don't want to go into the future as like the pile of guts from the motion picture.
Yeah. I think isn't it Enterprise when the person uses the transporter during a windstorm and they get like all the sticks inside their body? I think it is.
Yeah, I think that is. Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah. So
horrified.
So Archer offers to share his blanket with T'Pol, and she says that it's been 24 hours since she took her nasal numbing agent, and the cold is preferable to the smell, which is straight up racist.
I like how like there's also a line from Tucker in the beginning where he's like, what do you mean they can't find anything with them sensors? Like, what they can't with those antennas? He's like talking about the Andorian antennas. And it's just like, oh my god.
Hell yeah. So Tucker raises Enterprise and tells Malcolm Reed that the landing party has walked into a hostage situation. Reed has read about the Andorians in the Vulcan database, and Tucker tells him that they suspect Pajem to be a covert spy station and have left Archer with a face full of bruises. Nonetheless, the captain's orders to Reed are to wait patiently, but Reed doesn't want to. So in the morning, the monks and the landing party make a map of the catacombs using coins. The elder lies to Archer about the reliquary, saying that no one has entered it in years. T'Pol notes that the stairwell must be under the atrium, and Tucker models the pattern of light he saw there, and Archer wonders if it might not be the large face he saw on the atrium wall, and it is. So he does one more torture session with the Andorians, feigning such desperation to escape confinement with the Vulcans that he would promise information to Shran and then just not give it. After a punch to the kidney and a kick to the stomach, Archer offers trivia about Earth, which is pretty funny. He just starts spouting dad facts, History Channel shit.
I could see all dads watching this episode just with their arms crossed, shaking, yes, dad facts.
Get him, John. Get him, yeah.
Then they just have these fantasies of also using dad facts in a similar way.
Right. Going back to the Gulf War and being picked up by the Republican Guard and being yeah. I guess the second Gulf War
to distract using it to distract the the teenager picking up their daughter. It's like, yeah, maybe if I scare him with some dad facts, he will decide not to take my daughter on a date.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. He just goes up to the guy. He's like, "Hey, did you know that 70% of the life forms on Earth are bacteria, and 100% of them are in my daughter's pussy? Don't do it, bro. Don't fucking do it, bro."
Wrap it up. Wrap it up, homie.
Even fucking triple bag that shit, dude. Put a Ziploc on it, man. Like, be careful, man. I don't know what.
Put a whole Ziploc baggie over it.
I ain't give it to her. God, she just got a messy snatch, man. I don't know what to say. She's my daughter. Get him, John.
John.
So, Reed has a landing party go down, and has the guys set their pistols to stun. So the landing party gets there and immediately heads off to the catacombs as the Andorians walk in. The Andorians come in fast but are too late to find them. So even though they detected the energy surge on their readings. So T'Pol suggests that their equipment may be at fault, and Shran prefers the possibility that the Vulcans may have equipment of their own. And one of the Vulcans is like, "I got equipment right here for you," and pulls out a 12-inch penis. And everyone's like, "Holy fucking shit, dude!" And Shran is like, "I got lips for that boy," and gets on his knees and he starts sucking. He starts sucking this Vulcan off, and it's pretty.
And
hot.
It's got antennas.
Right. And Archer's like, "Can I have a taste?" And he's like, "You can have a taste of my ass." So Archer goes from behind and pulls apart his cheeks and sticks his tongue up his butthole and starts tickling his prostate with his tongue. You know.
Wow.
Yeah, Dr. Flock style. Yeah, that's the rest of the episode. I am. I gotta go masturbate now, guys. So, Shran and the rest of the Andorians leave. So, Reed's party finds the stairwell and places 3 microcharges on the face on the atrium wall. Thalos pays T'Pol unwanted sexual attention, one of the Andorians, telling her that he has heard of her world's exotic mating rituals. And he's like, "I heard you make men kill each other in your mating ritual. Is there anyone you want me to kill?" And he's like, and Archer is like, "Leave her alone." And he's like, "Do you want me to kill him?" And it's pretty creepy. It's really fucking creepy.
He's also like the ugliest dude.
He is. I mean, he's an Andorian. They're all blue faces. They're all ugly blue faces. Racism.
Wow, I think there's a fan film that covers this exact situation.
Racism.
Shism.
Reed sets off the charges and blows the wall off, and everyone hits the deck, and a big shootout starts. So in the confinement room, Tucker has failed to subdue one of the Andorians and has been beaten for his efforts. Archer nearly succeeds, but he is too thankful for Reed's entry, and the Elder hypocritically and with some emotion says, "You've turned a place of solitude into a war zone." And I'm like, listen, didn't the fucking Andorians turn it into the war zone first? I mean, they're the ones who entered with guns, and we're saving your asses, you dumb motherfuckers. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
so,
show some appreciation.
Yeah, Reed, Archer, and T'Pol prepare to hunt for the 2 Andorians in the catacombs. Tucker is given a phase pistol and told to stun Thalos if he wakes up. The initiate takes up his weapon and comes along, saying to the elder meaningfully, "We must protect what's ours." So Vulcan's with him now, a guy who doesn't know how to use a gun at all. So T'Pol locates the fugitive aliens in the reliquary. I love the word reliquary. It's such a Diablo-ass word. Like,
Start naming your bedroom that.
Oh,
shall we go to the reliquary?
Oh, I like that. Oh, the sordid reliquary. Oh,
sordid reliquary.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect, dog. I just had a little cum. I'm gonna paint that on my door in blood. The sordid reliquary. This is where the secrets of vaginas live, and buttholes, and penises.
And stomas, surgical holes made in the body that need to stay open.
Yeah. A surgical hole? I'm going to stick in my pole. I hope that hole's got birth control.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's from a rap song we did 12 years ago or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Hope your asshole's got birth control.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So, during the fight, a hanging sheet is revealed to be concealing a large metal door. Archer opens it and is stunned to find a huge multi-level listening post. So the Andorians were right all along. It's a fucking, it's like an espionage post hidden by this ancient Vulcan temple. Archer calls for a ceasefire and he's like, hey, you might want to come here and see this, Andorians. And invites the Andorians to take a look. And the sensor ray is powerful enough. Reed observes that every Andorian, the Vulcans know what every Andorian is having for breakfast. Furious.
You could tell that this was filmed before 9/11. Before the Patriot Act and stuff took place, because I think if it was filmed after, they'd probably been no, good for Vulcans.
Right.
we
they
need to keep eyes on
right, exactly. They wouldn't have had the fucking CIA director on set being like, no, you can't do that. That's going to make America look bad. Don't do that. So furious that the Andorians were right about the Vulcans using the monastery for spying all along, Archer commands T'Pol to take full scans of the station. The Vulcan initiate briefly takes Archer hostage in a last attempt to protect the remaining secrets of the base, but Archer's blow, which handily disposes of the threat, is quick. And Archer says, boy, did that feel good.
Yeah, that guy was annoying.
He was. So Archer commands T'Pol to hand her scan records over to the Andorians, and she commands Enterprise to allow them to leave the planet unmolested. Shran remarks that he is in Archer's debt. End of episode.
And that does start the back and forth between them owing each other a favor.
Right. They're frenemies in a way. They're interesting.
Yeah.
Shran is definitely an adversary throughout the series, but there is this weird bromance within their adversarial nature.
Yeah, I think they do grow to respect each other and become friends.
Ish.
Ish. But yeah, it's it is how they become one of the founding races of the Federation.
Sure, for sure. For Shran. For Shran.
Yeah, for Shran. And Archer and just their bromance.
Yeah. You want that blue booty. You want that little blue booty. No, I can't believe that Jeffrey Combs is just straight. Look at that dude. You've seen Reanimator. He's got to be bisexual.
I met him in person and he was very fruity. And when I got that sign and I was just wow. I didn't know he was gay.
Your gaydar was going off. Yeah, no. My gaydar is always going off whenever I see him. He's this guy. He's a little theatrical guy. He's like been married to the same woman for like 30 years, but he's a little theatrical guy. They have to have like a fucking situation, you know?
Yeah, didn't I tell you how like when I went and he was at the Baltimore Horror Find convention.
Okay.
And when I went to get him to sign something, this was back in like I think 2004, 2003, I think.
Yeah.
I went to go get something signed from him, and I was wearing a sleeveless Duke Nukem t-shirt.
Hell yeah.
that I removed the sleeves off myself. And Jeffrey Combs and this guy, I didn't know who he was, but I guess it was his friend who was also very thin and like slight. And both of them made fun of what I was wearing. And they were just clowning on me.
That's such a fruity thing to do. I love that. They were just queening up. They were queening on you, dog.
Yeah, they were just reading me to filth, and I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was just like, stop, please be nice to me.
You should have just said you got to say something in the Duke Nukem voice. Be like, I'm gonna fuck you with a big dick, and like,
I'm gonna go to the bathroom and cry. Because you made fun of me, Jeffrey Combs.
You and your twink boyfriend can meet me in there if you'd like.
And seriously, for years I believed that was like his boyfriend or something, but then I found out no, he's straight and he has a daughter. His daughter's in the incest Folgers coffee commercial.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, that's his daughter. And the famous you can't find good coffee in Africa. And then it's like they're basically the two siblings are about to fuck each other. But yeah, that's his daughter.
Yeah. The best part of waking up is your sister ass up.
It should have been for it.
Yeah. What do you think of this episode? What
I love this episode.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, like I think it has a very Star Trek ending where it's just like, you know, kind of. I mean, they're all racist to each other, but it's like pre-Federation, so
right.
Like,
it's racist in like a TOS way.
Yeah, but like you can see like Archer being very fair, like, you know, even though like the Vulcans are their closest allies, you know, but I mean they do have like an antagonistic relationship with the Vulcans though, as we see throughout, especially in the first season. So yeah, I mean Archer being like, no, they're in the right, you know, and siding with the Andorians, like the guys who've just spent like the last hour beating his ass.
Right.
I think that just shows the kind of character that Archer is, where he's just like, you know, he's very fair.
Right. He's like, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones after you tortured me because you were kind of right. That's like yeah. I mean, I didn't lie, and you still beat the shit out of me. But you were right. Like,
you were right. Yeah, you were right.
Yeah, I'll concede that. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty fun.
Yeah, no, I love this episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid like 8 out of 10. Honestly, this is like one of the best episodes of Enterprise, maybe.
Yeah, it's good. Like, and everyone stays pretty much. Yeah, and has a good sense of like their characters.
Oh.
I do like how Malcolm is depicted, where he's just like this small angry guy who wants to shoot everything.
Yeah, I totally forgot to mention who directed this. None other than Roxanne Dawson, best known as B'Elanna Torres from Voyager.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, she seems to like really like just made a career of directing now.
Yeah, she's like a Republican though, which sucks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's got that.
Yeah, unfortunately, but she directed some pretty good episodes of the Foundation series. So I was just like, oh,
that's what I've heard. So I don't know. Good for her, I guess. Good for her. All right, you got anything else to say about this?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, well, thanks for listening, everybody. This has been Soy Trek. You know, if you like this podcast, please like, rate, and subscribe wherever you get podcasts. And of course, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/dumbIdiotBS. My name has been Britton.
And I've been Pat. Thanks for trekking with the soy boys, girls, and other worldly beans.
Hang dong.
Dong.
And fucking shocker, man.
Soy, 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 soy,
boy. It's the soy boys up in this hood, and we're here to take your food, all your coffee and all your cake. We're gonna take it. Make no mistake, we're here to take all of your snacks. We're gonna eat them. We won't give them back. Oh no, we're just here, the cake-stealing coffee boys. I'm still queer. Bye-bye.